Hello everybody, my name is Root and welcome back to the Metroid Dread 90% NMG guide. Previously we got Gravity Suit and now we are headed towards Gavrin to get cross bombs with our favorite boss in the whole world, Golzuna. So let's get started. So now that we have Gravity Suit, we are now freely able to move underwater. We don't have to worry about any hindrances and anything like that. So the first thing that I do here is I flash shift just to get to the water quicker. Pretty self-explanatory. And then I'm going to store a Shine Spark right here. And I want to specifically be a little bit to the left over here. So that way I can be all the way, I can hit this wall over here and then just screw attack and get these missiles. This will be the last missile pack that I get in the series or in the run. One of the things that I tend to do a lot is I don't, in these cases, I won't mantle into the ledges. So what you saw me do there was I jumped and morphed into them. So we've seen before, again, jump and morph into the ledge. And here we have another boss. This is honestly, casually, probably one of the harder bosses in the game, if I'm being honest. I know in Dread mode it's miserable, in my opinion, but I won't get into that. So this is the same principle that we are going to be using in most boss fights from now on, which is just, you know, mashing. I would like to reiterate once again, you do not need to mash as fast as I do. You do not need to mash at 15 hertz. You don't need to mash at 20 hertz. You don't need to mash at 12 hertz. You don't need to mash at 10 hertz at all to be good at the game. The key part of playing Metroid Dread is movement. And once again, turbo controllers are allowed if you do want a faster DPS. I believe 12 hertz is the cap if you want to submit to leaderboards. And if you don't want to submit to leaderboards, then go wild, I guess. So there's that. But once again, you do not have to be an expert masher to be good at this game. The thing that's going to save you time in this game is how good your movement is. So I just want to really make that point clear. Just want to get that out there. Missiles will work fine. Ice missiles do a good amount of damage. Just use the beam will do a good amount of damage. Plasma is pretty strong. So yeah. But what I do specifically on this boss is I do it the easy way. I do it the way where I just stand right here where Samus is the entire time, and I mash beam, essentially. What is the most important thing to keep track of, though, is this enemy right here. So this enemy is going to be your tell on whether you either stay in this spot or if you jump all the way up top. So in this case, he is moving, which is not great for me, because that means I have to move as well. I have to move with him. So he moves, I move up top, and I mash into him. He's going to hit me. He's down. and this Chozo should be down right now. So yeah, I do that one a little more simply than most, I would say. I know there's another way to do it, but I personally don't like it at all. It's a little bit more finicky for me, and I prefer to just do that for consistency. But yeah, now we're headed off towards Gavrin to go to our favorite boss in the world, Golzuna, and that is sarcasm, I promise. Alright, so now that we're back in Gavrin, we're going to break these blocks up here. We're gonna flash shift once, open up this grapple door, flash shift and jump and take that enemy down. And then we're gonna open up this eye door. So I'll charge a speed booster here. This timing is a little bit tight to get the speed booster. If you don't get it, it's okay. It doesn't save that much time. It just looks pretty cool. It saves what, like... I can't give you a number how much time it saves. It's really not that much. So from here, if you just do one charge beam into this enemy, down. So this enemy is where it gets a little bit more difficult. In terms of timing things, I do it a little bit more of a simpler way than most people do. So I just wait for a little bit. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many flashes because I honestly do it by like relative. This seems correct, which is not the best way to go about it, I know, but it's the way that I do it. So I'll start charging a speed booster. He'll end up faced backwards because I was standing on the right for long enough for him to think that I'm still facing that way, so therefore he faces the other way as well. So that leaves his backside open, and then I can Shine Spark right through him and end that. Now this is Golzuna. Now this is going to be Golzuna. So Golzuna is generally taken down by 2 Shine Sparks. Many variations to do it. I think I do pretty much the intermediate variation, which is the Ball Spark, which I think is relatively consistent and has been very helpful to me for as long as I've known the strat. So what I'll do is not too long after he starts, because I want him to face me this time. So not too long after he starts going to his next phase, I'll start a Shine Spark. And then what I'll do is once he starts heading towards me, I will slide and morph under him. I'll stop right on his underside, and then I will press B to start the Ball Spark. So that'll take him all the way to the left, and then I will have enough time to head towards him and then turn right back around while starting a Shine Spark or starting a speed booster. So I start the speed booster as I turn, and that should give me enough time to store another Shine Spark. The timing is pretty tight. I will admit the timing is not the easiest thing to do. It's very easy to mess up. It's probably the most common thing to mess up. And if you do mess it up, that's perfectly fine. It happens all the time to me. So I think Golzuna just needs, 18 missiles, 18 ice missiles. I could be wrong on that number, but it is just ice missiles just to shoot into his back, and then he should be down. But in this case, I did store the Shine Spark. I'm going to wall kick off. I'm going to do a wall kick, and I'm going to flash shift twice so that way I can get to his backside, and then I'm going to do a Shine Spark, in this case Quick Spark, to take him down. And then what I'm going to do is as he gets taken down, the X Parasite shows up, and I run back, and then I run forward, shoot an ice missile, and store a Shine Spark again, and then I just take him down. Take down the X Parasite in one go, and to make that just a little bit more simple and I don't have to worry about, the X Parasite flailing around, you just take him out in one shot. So that is Golzuna, or that is Crossbomb specifically, a little bit more of a shorter segment, but a painful one to this day for me and I think most other runners. But yeah, once again, my name is Root. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in another video where we go over Storm Missiles. Bye bye.